Welcome back to math. We're going to talk about division and how it relates to multiplication. Now when you look at these two kinds of problems, which one are you most comfortable with dealing with? Which one of these are you most comfortable doing? Most of you are probably saying, hey, this multiplication problem, I'm used to seeing multiplication, so I'm comfortable with that. Okay, so let's take our multiplication problem. What is this pink box down here? What is the pink box down here? If you said it's the total, you are correct. Now the total is what we get in a multiplication problem after the equal sign, right? Now do you notice anything that's similar up on the division problem? Do you see something that's similar in the division problem? That's right. You see this is the same color as this one. So that means our division problem starts with what? It starts with the total. Good work. So we have a total that we're going to get when we do multiplying, but on division we start with the total. Excellent. Now, let me change colors. Well, let's see. We have our total, and then we're going to have in our green box, we're going to have groups. And so down here, what do you think this is? That's right, it's groups. Okay, so you have your total here on division. Your total comes first. I hope you're saying that. Say the total comes first in the division problem. And on multiplication, you can say total comes first. I'm sorry, total comes last on a multiplication problem. Total comes first on division. Total comes last in multiplication. Now we have our groups, and our groups are what? Well, we'll get into that in just a minute. And that's going to leave us with something here. Well, let's take a look. I'll change my color. This is going to give us our items. This is how many in each box or in each group. That's what items mean. So say it with me. This is how many are left in each of the groups. All right, so I'm gonna draw out. You're excited about that, I can tell. I'm going to draw out some dots. I'm going to draw out, let's see. I'm going to draw out, I just put out 12 dots. So if my number is 12, I have 12 dots. Where would I put the 12 in relation to my colored blotches, if you want to call it that? Where would I put the 12 in a division problem? Where would I put the 12 in the division problem? Where would I put it? Yeah? Anybody got a guess?
Total. The total.
Put it in the total. Okay, so it's going to go down. It's going to go up here because we have 12 dots. That's all. We poured it out of the bag, and we ended up with 12 grapes. We have 12 grapes. The green dots are grapes. We have 12 grapes. And our total here in the division is first, right? The total in division the total in a division problem comes first. Okay, so now let's say we're going to have some groups. Let's say we have me and a friend. So how many groups do I have? If it's me and a friend, I only have 2 groups, right? So if my 2 goes here in the groups, where else does it go in our multiplication problem? That's right, it goes in the front, right? Okay, so now I have two groups. Are you ready? So now I'm going to circle, I'm going to make two circles. Do you think you could see where I should make my circles? I could see them too. Here's one, right? Does that look good?
Yeah.
And how about if I do this? How's that look? Do I have two groups now?
Yeah.
How many items do you think I have in each group? How many items do we have in each group? Well, let's check it out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 items in this group. How many do you think we have in this group?
Things.
You have to have 6. Yeah, the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have to be equal in both groups. So our 6 goes here. Now hold on. What does that mean that goes here? What do you think it is?
6.
It's a 6. So this 6 really means the same thing as this 6 in multiplication. And this 2 is our groups, right? And that means the same thing as this does up here. Okay? And then our total is first in division, and our total came last in multiplication. I bet we could do this in another way. I'll bet you. What do you think? You think we could do it in a different way?
Yes.
Okay, so let's leave our 12 there. And I'm going to remove, and this isn't going to be pretty, so please just bear with me. Sorry. As you can tell, technology is great. I love it. But it is a little, when one thing erases both things, I kind of have to make them back up again. But it's okay. This is all about learning, right? All right. I'm going to change my color that I'm going to write inside the box. I think I'm going to go dark blue this time. All right. Well, how many groups do we want to make this time? We had 2 groups last time. How many groups would we like to make this time? Looking at these dots, can you see any way to make groups? How many groups would you like to make? How about 3? 1, 2, 3. Do you see that? So what goes in here? What goes in here? Yeah, good job. 3. So where does this 3 also go? Up here, right? Good work. All right. Now, how many items do we have in each? How many items do we have in each? Well, let's count them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Mm-hmm. We should have 4 here too and 4 here too. Do we have those? Yeah, we do. Because if you notice, we have the same amount in each. Do you see? Nice. So we have 4 items. So do you see that when you're dividing, it's really kind of like multiplication backward, isn't it?
Yes.
Does that make sense? So now if I was going to write this problem out, I could write it out like this. And what would go on the inside of the house?
Wow.
The 12, the total, right? The first number goes on the inside of the house. And then the second number would be this. Right?
Yes.
Now let's see if we can get our answer. Remember our daddy divide, mommy multiply, sister subtract, brother bring down. Okay. So now we ask a question, our division question, our daddy question. What's the daddy question? How many 3s are in 1? If we held up one finger, do we have 3?
No.
No, we don't. So we have to put a 0 over the top. Now we ask the same daddy question. Okay, what's our daddy question? How many 3s are in 12? How many? How many 3's are in 12? Well, we have 4. Right? Because we circled how many? We have 3 groups, right? We have 3 groups circled. How many is in each group? 4. So now we do mommy multiply. 3 times 4 is what? 12. And we put a 12 down here. What do we do next? Sister subtract. And it leaves us 2 minus 2, or 2 take away 2 is 0. 1 take away 1 is 0. And our answer is 4. Is that the same answer that we got for that? Yes. That's what it means. Does that make sense? So next time you have a really simple division problem, let's say you had a simple division problem. Let's say you had a simple division problem like 3 and 6 here. Well, we know from up here that division is just backward multiplication, right? Okay? So what are we going to do? Here's what we do. We say, where does our 6 go in our multiplication problem? Where does it go? Where does our 6 go in our multiplication problem? That's right, it goes in the total spot, right? And then what do we put out here? We can put a 3, right? Where would you like to put that? We could put it right here, right? Sure. So now we ask the question, 3 times what is 6? 2. So what do you think this goes, this 2? Where do you think this 2 goes? I bet you it goes right up here. What do you think? Yeah?
Me too.
Yeah. So that would be true. So I'll rewrite it over here real quick so we can show our work if we wanted. How many 3's? Our daddy question. How many 3's are in 6? There's 2 of them. Now we do mommy multiply. 3 times 2 equals 6. Now we do sister subtract. And it leaves us with 0. We have nothing to bring. We have nothing here to bring down. So we are done with our answer is 2. Okay? All right, I hope that this helps you a little more understand division and multiplication. So, as I always say, I love math.